garden is a good area for students to come and relax and listen to the relaxing, what is it? I always say waterfall. What is it called? Water fountain. Water fountain. And around the Mediterranean garden features many plant life that are in the Mediterranean.
Very good. Good job. All right, who do you want to go next?
Sammy.
International students.
Okay, we're coming out of the Arc, and you can't see it right now, but there's a building behind the Arc. It's called the International Student Center. Through this center is where we have all of our foreign exchange students. That's how they get facilitated into the university. And in addition to that, we do have a study abroad program. We are nationally recognized for our study abroad program here. I hope to do it. I mean, I have to, but I think it's good. I've heard nothing but good things. So if you have any questions or want any more information about either of like foreign exchange programs or studying abroad, that is the place to go. Also, students, that's where you can get a passport. So.
No.
Good job, Sammy. What are some things that she did well? What are some things that could have been added?
I like how even though you can, we all know what's supposed to be on the tour script, but she did an amazing job with not mentioning anything on the tour script. I was very impressed. I was like, dang, she got that better than I did on my full tour script today. Those are things that I would rather mention.
There were some things that she did mention that on the tour script, though.
Just mentioning that there are certain majors that require students to enroll. There are 34, including international business and all majors in the College of Health and Human Services.
Yep. Yeah. So you want to mention that the College of Health and Human Services, along with the 34 other programs, they do have to have a requirement. That if they do come here, they may have a requirement to go have an international experience or study abroad. Definitely. So what are some of the other numbers that are mentioned in the tour script?
We have 2,500 international students every year from 90 different countries.
Yep. So so those are international students coming here to study abroad for their own international experience. Lizzie?
That last year, more than 2,400 students studied in another country.
So these are our students, domestic students, going to a different country. Yep. And then Olivia?
We offer over 500 programs in over 50 countries.
Yep. So yes, great job. So there's a lot of different numbers in this section, and I know that can get a little tricky. And you might be going on your tour and you're trying to remember maybe the first couple of times what those numbers are. I think my suggestion to you all, if you don't remember a specific number, you can always just not mention the number and know, for example, we're nationally recognized for study abroad programs, or we're one of the top schools in the country to send students abroad. If in that moment you can't remember that we're 15. Our expectation, though, would be that if you can't remember, that you look up at your tour script after your tour, so that the next time that you do go out, that you start remembering, because that'll be important for you to know as we continue as being an ambassador. Anything else?
Does that number, the 500 education abroad programs, so that does include the independent programs that SDSU still allows us to go on and on?
I would assume that it does, because it does seem like a pretty big number to count all of those in. So yeah, I think this is an all-inclusive number.
Okay.
Yeah. And then to go back to Sammy, I think your delivery was really good. I think you have that tour voice, so you definitely did a good job. So keep it up. Who do you want to go next?
Oh, you're right. You're asking me. Oh.
Yes.
No, this is having a moment, Marissa.
All right, Marissa, come on in.
offer a lot of opportunities for undergraduate research here. Like I said before, SDSU is quickly trying to become one of the top 50 public universities for research, and we actually hold an annual student research symposium that allows students and faculty to present their research throughout the year that they've done to an academic audience.
Good job, Marissa. What did she do well? Is there anything that she missed? What did she do well?
Just that all 7 colleges can participate.
Yes, so all 7 colleges can participate, right? What else? Jonathan?
I just want to point out that she did a really good job explaining it all, and I like that she mentioned back the top 50 public research universities tidbit. I really like that she mentioned it.
Yes. Excellent. All right. Good job, Marissa. Who do you want to go next? Acid Bowl.
Okay. So on your left, we will have a Viejas Arena, and in the Viejas Arena, this is where we house our men's and women's basketball teams, and it seats 12,414 people for those games. We can seat over 13,000 for other events that we have, such as a new student and family convocation, as well as different performances. So for example, we've had the Killers, the Wiggles, Rihanna and Drake. We have a bunch of concerts that are not free for students, those are paid, but the basketball games do come free with a ticket that you can get at the ticket box right outside. And then on your right, we'll have the Aztec Bowl, and if you want to look, it's just a parking lot now, but the reason why we still keep it is because it used to be where we played football. And in 1963, when JFK gave his final commencement speech, he gave it here, and it's actually documented in the research. It's the National Register of Historic Places.
Excellent job, Tristan. So what are some things that you did well? What are some other things that you might have missed or couldn't do well?
So this is like just a personal thing, but I think it makes more sense to talk about the Aztec Bowl first, just because I know a lot of times with tour people will be like looking over, and I know like sometimes even like parents have like turned and asked me like why are there's like bleachers overlooking the parking lot, and it's kind of like an easier segue because you're like, oh, this is where we used to play football, and when we decided to make it a parking lot, we built a house, something like that.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine for you to personalize it that way. I agree with you. I think it's easier to talk about the Aztec Bowl and then go into talking about the event. So, yep, that's definitely good. So y'all can do that. But if you feel like it's easier for you to talk about Viejas Arena and then the Aztec Bowl, that's fine. What else did he do well? Kara?
Oh, I really liked his energy and thought it was really fun. Something that I think is like fun to mention when people are talking about the concerts is that they're like, it's a venue for world tours, not just like, oh, students have to pay, like everyone has to pay, 'cause it's like a world, like a stop on a world tour for a lot of these artists, so it makes it seem like, I don't know, not flashy, but it's like a world tour venue versus just like, oh, paid concerts happen here.
Definitely. I was going to mention something there, I lost my train of thought. Can't remember right now. Yeah, that's an excellent point. What else? Oh, yeah. So, never mind. Why does it okay, was there okay, maybe you'll trigger me again.
I think he did really good, and he hit every point that was on the tour script.
Yeah, no, definitely. You hit every point and you made it your own. So this would be also another way, I think we talked about the box office, but one of the ways that I think our athletics folks don't want us to discuss this is that every student gets a free ticket. because that's a little misleading. It's like, it's on a first come, first serve. So as long as they are tickets available to the athletic events, then they'll be able to have a ticket for students, right? So we just want to make sure that we say that correctly, and we don't say like, oh, like anyone can get a ticket, because we know that, for example, basketball, it just gets sold out pretty quickly. So that was just something I wanted to add to that. All right, who we want to go next?
With Robert.
Robert. Alright, history of SDSU.
Okay, so SDSU was founded March 13, 1897 as the San Diego Normal School. It was a training facility for elementary school teachers at the time. However, in 1971, it became officially known as we know it as San Diego State University.
Yeah, then it goes into like the enrollment stuff, but no, that's fine. Good job, Robert. So yeah, and then it would go on to the enrollment piece, talking about building on excellence and the many missions to help the students succeed. All right, who do you pick next?
Sarah.
But it's 4:46.
Do your best. College of Health.
Under the College of Health and Human Services, we have nursing. Any of you guys nursing students? Awesome. We have this great robotic machine that will reenact certain health situations such as giving birth and stroke. So if you'd like more information on that, talk to me after that. After this.
So Health and Human Services is definitely one of the larger parts of the colleges. So what are some things that Sarah did well? What are maybe some areas that she missed on the quiz script? Angela?
I would say just make sure you list more than just one major, because then it just seems like the only major we have is nursing. So just make sure you are aware of just a couple other ones as well.
Yes. Sammy?
Mention that all the majors in that college have studied lab.
Yep, so this will be definitely really important for this college to mention it. Because yeah, for those majors, they do have to study abroad, so definitely want to mention that. Kat and then John.
Straighten out with the sharp simulation. It's different mannequins to simulate it. I don't know, robot? Yeah, not robots.
Yeah, so it's a mannequin, you know, we want to make sure that we use the proper terminology. So it is a mannequin, and we want to call it the Sharp Simulation Center because it is something that the Sharp healthcare system did, I guess, donate to our university. So that's definitely something that we want to mention. And then this is also another part of the hands-on experience for students here on campus, right? That they actually practice, and we know that actually nursing students specifically go out and do clinicals, so it's even more hands-on, but this is just like one of the ways that our university supports hands-on approach, has a hands-on approach. Was there another hand over here?
Yeah.
Megan?
Just about the faculty research that they do with like the HIV and AIDS in Uganda, and then the neck and back pain workers, and then healthy options for children.
Yep, exactly. And then what's the last point on there? Someone remember how we end it? Give her a solid.
Wait, you did call me?
Yes.
There's 5 different with 5 different schools doing all sorts or offering research. There's something here for everyone.